Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, today we're talking about the one and only ICP. Now, you know me, I'm super high on ICP. Now, I will say, yes, I was wrong. My prediction was wrong. There was no August pump. There was no August pump. It was only summertime August sadness, okay? But listen, I still believe ultimately in this project, and I still believe in the higher time frame analysis. And despite the markets going down now, I ultimately do believe this is going to be some of the last manipulation we're going to see before we start going up. We can see ICP has been ranging overall, let's just say from $6, $5.80 to $6, and like between that and 450, 470, right? So we can see we've been just going sideways for months. So nothing really exciting happening, right? Nothing really too exciting has been happening. And, we did talk about last time, or maybe the last time, just way before that, there's been times where the market does break structure, right? Things are looking good. It's being fundamentally good. Well, it's going to the upside, and then it looks pretty bad until then it doesn't, right? And, I still believe, if anything, this is going to be a fake out. I would be really genuinely surprised if we actually would start going below here, start closing below here, to then go lower, even downwards of 330. I mean, at that point, altcoin season might actually be canceled. And I'm not even joking. Like, altcoin season might be genuinely canceled at that point. But I really doubt it, right? Seeing, maybe something like a flash crash or something like this, a fake out and then reversals, right, could very well happen. But in terms of the actual technicals, right now, obviously we are in a downtrend, but look, something like Bitcoin has gone down a lot in the last few weeks, right? It's just been selling off. And we talked about it on the channel and the private community, especially, where we expected some types of sell-offs to be happening because of the type of candles pattern this is. So we knew that the markets were going to trend downwards, at least for some time. We can see, ladies and gentlemen, that we have gone down at one point, at least like 4.2%, right? It's pretty solid right now, 3.7%. ICP, let's see, in the last day, it has gone down, boom, maximum 6%, practically a little bit over 6%. So ICP is really holding its own. It is really holding its own, because most of the time, ladies and gentlemen, right, if something went down, if Bitcoin went down 1%, you could probably expect altcoins to go down 2 to 3%, maybe even a little bit more. But, right, it is holding very well. It is literally holding very well. It is holding its own. And I expect for ICP still to be holding its own. Now, obviously, in the last few days, right, this thing has been bearish. And even in terms of technical analysis, I mean, the closest thing we got to reversals were on the Friday, where Jerome Powell practically said there are going to be rate cuts happening in September. And yeah, he said that markets were green, but then we can still see that the Saturday and Sunday were not very friendly to us. And then the Monday, we just continue to go lower and lower anyways, because on the weekly, right, we pretty much printed a disgusting candle, right? Nothing too bullish. And we can see we have been selling off ever since then. Now, rate cuts are still on the table, and I still believe they're going to happen, right? Just the same way people panicked about, tariffs are on the table, tariffs are not on the table, and they consistently flip-flop. Like, I'm not going to, panic when I see headlines. When I see high probability and evidence for something, I'm going to say, okay, yeah, I believe that it is going to happen, right? You think if I bought into the tariff narrative back in April, you think, things would end up good for me? No, I'd probably panic sell like some people did. And then boom, wow, a couple days later, there's no more tariffs, there's no more this. And it's like, dude, no, man, like they just make these headlines for excuses. You understand? They just want to do that to move the market. So listen, do not be scared. I do believe rate cuts will be happening. Multiple sites show anywhere between like 85 to like 93% consistently. So I expect it to happen, and I expect for us to be fairly green. Listen, when we go to ICP, right, there is a comment I actually wanted to read here, but we'll read that in a second. We can see, ladies and gentlemen, we are ranked 40 out of 9,506 crypto. So very nice, right? Under $5, 2.6 billion market cap. So easy. I see an easy 10 to 20x, very, very easy with ICP at this price. 80 million volume. So volume is great. Volume has been fantastic. We can see we are listed already on multiple exchanges. And we can see, ladies and gentlemen, right? Someone said, get away from ICP. Never again above $6 or $7. Okay. Like, where do you people come from? Like do you, there's no way these people are real. There's no way this is not AI generated. There's no way like people's brains are such mush in this world. But look, never again, $6 or $7. Go to Solana, AVAX, Sui, doesn't matter. Not this gay ICP coin, right? And then we can see someone actually said this. If you really don't care about this crap coin, then you shouldn't. Then you wouldn't even be here. The only reason you come here is to create FUD, hoping for the price to go down, so you can accumulate some more. You guys always with the same BS strategy. First of all, if you believe this, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for you. If you actually believe that people leaving comments on a YouTube video will create FUD, I really hope you don't think that a few people have this type of influence. Because let me tell you, the amount of people that say ICP is going to go to the moon, that every single coin is going to the moon, and I don't see anything going to the moon. And you really believe that's a few FUD comments are going to make the difference between, ICP staying at a certain price or going down, or any crypto? Like, come on, there's no way, right? Why do you guys, why you care what others do with their money? I don't care what you do with your money. You can buy whatever you like. Saying this will just go about $7 shows that you don't know crap about anything, which is 100% true. I will not waste my time explaining things that you should already know. Go invest in that long list that you've mentioned and stay there. I mean, yeah, shut up. If you don't like a coin, just shut up, man. Like, so serious. I don't know what's wrong with people's brains. I don't know what's wrong with people's brains, right? We can see the last 7 days, we have gone down 12%. In the last month, only down 8%, 9%, right? The monthly has not been too crazy. We did, like I said, it was nothing crazy. Overall, we can see in the last year, we've just been sideways for a very, very long time. So look, ladies and gentlemen, that is ultimately going to be it. We will look at the technical analysis, right? We will see. I do think it's going to pretty much bounce off $4.50. That is what I pretty much expect, right? We could be seeing some type of sweeps of these lows, but of course we will have to see what happens. Ultimately, I already expected this. I already told the private community that there's going to be a sell-off for pretty much a week or two now. So none of this is new. None of this is new. But yeah, that is ultimately it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy. Have a fantastic day. Make sure to enjoy life. Make sure to enjoy your weekends. Time is flying by, but life is good. Life is great. Enjoy the summer while it lasts. I know it's not everyone, everyone's, people that watch these videos are from all over the place. So it might be a little bit different for everyone. But anyways, that is it. I love you guys so much. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.